Hey guys, what's going on? Team Rival here. Yeah, this is gonna be a really long video. I got my water ready. I'd say it might be like 15 or 20 minutes, so I think it'll definitely be two parts. I buy a lot of shit. That's really all I have to start out with, is that I buy way too much shit. I'm a waiter right now while I go to school. I only work Sundays, but I work all day from 11 to like 10 at night, 9 or 10 at night. And I end up pulling in because we've been pretty busy lately, about 150 to 200, sometimes 300 bucks. Yeah, a lot of that gets spent. Too much. So let's get started, shall we? Let's not waste any time. Alright, so we'll try to go through this in chronological order, but I don't know how accurate it'll be. Whatever, who cares? So this is actually dating back to August. I think it was like the 23rd or whatever, 24th, whatever, the day before Batman Arkham Asylum came out. And my brother and I got this random thing to go to the city, just explore, check out an arcade that I found out about, which we'll talk about later. And we went to J&L's, and I picked up, couldn't resist, 2 import games. We'll start with the fighter first. This game is called Melty Blood Actress Again. It is the limited edition, and it's, as with Guilty Gear, it's just the same game but revamped a little bit. I paid $95 for this. Yeah, that's pretty steep, but it came with a soundtrack, which I've listened to a total of 0 times. I'm not really into gaming soundtracks much. I just don't really enjoy them too much. It's just a preference of mine. The only soundtrack I ever really listened to while not playing the game was the Shenmue soundtrack, which is the #1 soundtrack of all time. And if you disagree with me, I will kill you. I will not hesitate. I will kill you. Alright, let's talk about the game. It's a 2D fighter. You know, I'm huge into 2D fighters. If I had to compare it to one, not that it can really be compared, but I would say it's a little bit like Guilty Gear. It's made by Type Moon, which is a Japanese only country. It's really a shame that this doesn't come out in America, because I'm sure it would sell well between, you know, the fighting fans and all the quote unquote hardcore gamers. And it's a lot of fun if you have someone to play it with, which I don't. I have like a few friends that play video games, but you know, it's not on like a daily basis. It's a lot of fun. The arcade mode is great. The only problem is I know absolutely no Japanese. All the menus are in Japanese, but as per the story, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And that's that. So we'll go on to the next game, which is the Grandia Extreme Limited Edition box. This came out in Japan only, but the game came out in America, the Grandia Extreme. Alright, this one actually cost me 75 bucks. And on the back, if I can show that to you, it's 9,800 yen. Whatever, I don't know the conversion, but maybe that's 75 bucks. I hope it's 75 bucks in Japan. Here's the game. It's sealed because it's Japanese RPG, and you know those are a pain in the ass to play. So I will eventually pick up the American version, and I'll probably swap this out and just, you know, put this to the side and keep the American version in here because that's way cooler. But the real selling point of this is these 2 little things I got in here. We'll go in the black box first. Ooh, what's in the black box? Well, let me tell you. I get this. Don't mind me. Okay. Well, that's out. It's a pocket watch. This thing, let me bring that up to the camera, is dope as hell. It's really just a collector's item. I would never ever think of using this. Maybe when I'm like 75 or 80 and I carry around a pocket watch. I really don't know. I only know one kid that carries around a pocket watch nowadays, and he's a little bit out there. But yeah, I mean, look at the detail on this thing, man. This costs less than the Grandia. I mean, than the Melty Blood box, and it's got so much more. It's just got cool stuff. Like when I opened this up, and I was actually going to give this to my friend DJ as a present because I owed him a birthday present, but I said fuck that. And then we have this little like pouch that I guess you can put, like, if you're into drugs, that kind of stuff, you can put drugs in here. maybe some change. I don't know. I think a character in the game uses it. It's just a cool little like collector's item. This kind of stuff I always really find interesting. Just like, you know, certain memorabilia from games that you just kind of can use for real life purposes. Like I said, you smoke drugs. Not saying I condone that. Actually, I do. Okay, and that's all the stuff I got from JNS. While I'm talking about my trip to New York City, if you guys are ever in the Chinatown area, go to Mott Street and go to the end of Mott Street. It's 8 Mott Street is the address. There's a really awesome arcade if you're into that kind of stuff. It's the most hardcore people you've ever seen playing it's just filled with fighting games, and it's really incredible. Okay, so what should I go on to next? Alright. I'll actually go on to a PlayStation 3 game. I have 2 PlayStation 3 games to show you guys. And the first one is Batman Arkham Asylum. I beat it. It was actually really, really good. I'm not a huge Batman fan. I'm more of a Spider-Man fan, you know, those kind of superheroes, the ones with powers. But this game was by far one of the best superhero games that I've ever played. It was fun, and rarely do I ever finish a game and be like, wow, that was actually really I really enjoyed that, and I wish it was, you kind of yearn for more, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully there will be a sequel to it. There's a few minor complaints, and I don't know if this is spoiler territory or not, but I'll just warn you guys anyway. The last boss battle absolutely sucked. I was so pissed about the last boss battle. It was a joke. It wasn't, you're fighting Joker's hyped up on Titan or whatever it's called, and you're supposed to fight him. And all you end up doing is he throws cronies at you, and you beat the cronies up, and then he comes down, and you got to shoot him with the bat launcher thing, and it's just not a real fight, and it was really disappointing. As you expect the last boss battle to be the most climatic boss battle, like this epic battle between the Joker and Batman, but I guess it doesn't really help that the Joker doesn't know any sort of karate or anything. It's, but overall, it's a definite buy. You should buy this right now. I bought it the second day it was out, and I got about 2 weeks worth of enjoyment out of it. Playing all, there's challenge maps. There's the riddle. There's a lot of replayability, the little Riddler things you got to do, and it was really, I really enjoyed playing this game, and I hope that they make a sequel. Okay, what's next? Okay. Oh, I actually have 3 PlayStation. I got this on eBay. Time Crisis 4. It's Time Crisis. What do you want me to say about it? I love Time Crisis. I'm a big fan of arcades. It's, I'd much rather play it in the arcade, but for $30, I got it for $30 with shipping on eBay. It's fun to have, and I, pop it in once in a while, and I just love shooting random bad guys. Okay. Alright, here's where we start getting into some of the interesting stuff. Okay. As you may or may not know, probably don't know, I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series. And so, the 3rd one came out in Japan, so recently, I'd say within the last year. And it doesn't look like it's going to come out here in America. So I couldn't resist but buy Yakuza 3, also known as Ryuga Gotoku or whatever it is in America, in Japan. I popped it in, I played it for a little while. It's a shame because the whole game is in Japanese, and I don't know a lick of Japanese, so that's the one bad thing about importing. So if you don't know Japanese, you can't get the full enjoyment out of the game. But it's still fun as hell just getting into those random battles and just beating the shit out of people. Another thing I got with the game was it's a little guidebook. It's in Japanese. It could say, fuck you, team rival, I hate you. And I wouldn't even know. But, it's just, it reminds me of the back of the Grand Theft Auto manual, if you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto, where it had, the little, advertisements for things and, just little nifty things like that. I got the whole game for actually $40 with the manual, which was not a bad deal. Okay. So, next on my list is some DVDs. Alright. As I've shown in the previous gaming collection video, I love Evangelion. I finished the whole series, but one thing that pissed me off is that they didn't include the final movie They only included Death and Rebirth. They didn't include End of Evangelion, which was the rewritten ending. If you know anything about Evangelion's rewritten ending, so much better than the original ending. I got it right here. My thoughts are the remade ending is so much better than the original ending. Frankly, it's incredible. It's an incredible anime. I highly recommend it. It's made the top 5 or 10 easily. Not that I watch that much anime, but of what I do watch, that's great stuff. You can't go wrong. And another thing, I've been on a little bit of a binge lately. Fist of the North Star. This shit is dope. I'll start off with the movie. This is the American version of the movie. It's what is it? An hour and 10 minutes long. The voice acting this came out in 1986.